I think as people saw how we played at the major, people were kind of excited how we played in the first stage, and second stage kind of dropped a little off. So it's not like we're gonna do big changes coming into the tournament here. We knew what we did wrong, and it's fixable. We were too scared to win against VP. It felt like, at least when we watched the game and talked about it, right? So we just have to have the mentality to play to win constantly and remind ourselves, if we're in front, don't be scared to take chances, because we are in front, you know. So I think we're not going to change that much. We're going to intensify with a boot camp, which is going to be good to have the guys gathered here in Copenhagen and be full ready for the blast, right? So I just think you have to trust the process at this point, because we were going in the right direction after a very tough first 4 months in FaZe. The last 4 months have been better. We have been a top 10 ranked team since June, right? So we have been stable up there, but we need one last step to become really a title contender, and hopefully we can do that here at Blast. I think it was a perfect storm. I think after playing online for a long time with our players and dropped down to rank 40 in the world, people didn't really believe we had it in us. So I think people kind of underestimated us at that tournament, and we hit a higher peak, highest peak for some of the players in 1 year, right? So I think it was a perfect storm. People not really respecting us, and us knowing we had a really good run and a lot of confidence. So yeah, for me it was a perfect storm. And once we met now in the semi-final, it has been a long tournament for us, and we didn't have the power to beat Navi, right? And Navi is the best team in the world, so if you want to have a good chance against beating them, you need your A game that day, and we didn't show up that day. But the rest of the time I was really proud of the guys, and I knew that, okay, this peak is something we can replicate, and I kind of had that feeling at the major in the beginning, that we were kind of getting to the same confidence, the same situation we play all the time in the rounds. So but yeah, in the end it wasn't enough. I think obviously going back to LAN, but we have also seen during the studio events that it doesn't really affect some of the inexperienced players, right? And they have showed they can play on stage as well at the major, right? But I think when it comes to playoff, I obviously think, I'm not going to say other teams are getting worse, but some of the players who have played for a long time on stage, and that's why they play. So once they get to stage, they feel at home, and I think that's the most important thing, to see how will we actually play on the stage. Now we 100% get a stage game here at Blast, and that's the first time we're going to play on the stage with this lineup, right? So I think we're going to see how that goes. I expect us to play better, but other teams will play better as well, right? So everybody's looking forward to it. So in the end we have to see how it goes, and I think it's hard to say if it's going to help us or not, which is all at the major, a bit playing perfectly even though we never played on stage, right? So I think it comes down to the personalities in the team.